So, first off, we're going to start with a small little bit of... we're not really going to have the recap here, as it was kind of blatantly obvious. Oh, you guys are on that. I need you guys to be here.
Yeah. I got rid of my token already.
That's fine. Okay, so... Trux, Garoon, and Skahoom, you three have just come back from helping out a little bit off to the side. You guys came in, woke up, and Artax did pull you off to the side and gave you 2 small necklaces that have been otherwise just been placed there for the moment in your inventory, and told you how to use them properly, and told you that there was a that needed to be scouted from one of the coordinates that you actually did match up from prison. And you went off and dealt with that rather... Although Trox and Garoom, there were some moments where you're... Skahoom was a different person, but the entire time it was this Dragonborn that was by your side.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
So that way we don't get the May shit mixed up here.
Yes.
You stayed behind by choice. To just kind of, relax a little bit. You've been in that cell for a while, and you just kind of wanted to breathe some fresh air in the confines of your tent. And as you were coming back from or sleeping, you do feel... You're not exactly sure what. There's like a small itching pain on your upper chest area.
Who?
It's Evelyn, sorry.
Oh, me, I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't understand that. So I feel...
Sorry. Yeah, it's just like a small itching pain on the upper left side of your chest.
Top left, you said, right? Top left side.
Left.
Okay. If I try to see if there's something there, can I understand anything?
You pull down dirt. I don't know what you're wearing, down a little bit, and you kind of roughly. You kind of have to.
Okay. Is he breaking up? Yeah.
1 second.
Are you using push to talk at the moment, or?
Hello? Okay. Talking. Sorry. Yeah, like I said, I'm sorry about the constant breaking in and out here and there. I'm not exactly sure what's causing that.
And then we've lost him again.
Oh.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Hang on.
Son
Let me try to... Yeah.
And just like that, God has lost connection with the universe. He is...
We are
forever and
doomed!
eternally-
We are
Yes.
doomed!
The universe streaks into the black void.
Oh no, my wisdom save.
So...
Oh no, my wisdom save. Whatever will I do?
Let's see who goes insane in the void!
It me!
I am more insane than normal.
Not me. I'm good.
Ooh, nice.
Meow.
Karun and Evelyn are riding in the sunset.
Hello.
Tim, I've gone insane. Whatever will I do? I want to burn things. I'm kidding.
Well, you can address that later. Anyways. Is the cutting in and out better or worse here?
It sounds better at the moment.
Okay.
But let's see.
I can't promise anything. Anyways. Yeah. I kind of switched back to the computer with the push-to-talk, so gonna have to bear with me on that.
Alright.
It's cool.
Okay, so back to what I was saying. Yeah, no, Evelyn, you felt that small little burning itch on the top left of your chest area. You pulled your shirt down, and as you look, there's a slight purplish glow. And you do recognize that same V with a dot symbol kind of embedded on your collarbone-ish area.
Okay, just one moment. Where was this? We had seen this on, it was the same thing that we saw on Unity.
Yes.
No, Unity's...
Lava.
Yeah, Unity's crest was 3 lines
Okay.
with dots above them. However, this crest is a V with a dot. You remember that this is the same symbol that appeared after the warden kind of melted.
Okay. Do I get panicked? Okay, do I have anything to identify? Do I have identifier?
You
I
could
don't have
roll
a-
Arcana and see if you can see anything.
I'm sorry, could you what?
You could roll Arcana and see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to, yeah, just go ahead and roll me an Arcana, see if you can't find
Yeah.
anything else about this.
If you don't have like detect magic or anything.
Yeah, I don't have, that's what I was thinking. No, I don't have detect magic.
Give me 1 second. I have to message you something.
Oh.
But for the time being, Evelyn, you are in your tent. However, everyone else, you are out in the little courtyard. They are kind of just addressing some a small portion of the troops, as I didn't want to flood the map with them.
Well, I get closer because I want to listen in on what's going on up here.
I get closer to see if there's any tasty-looking people.
Making my job so much fucking harder.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
cries.
Just looking around for more scrap metal.
Did you mean drugs? I think that's code.
No, I mean literal scrap metal.
I'm pretty sure he
I
means
saw you in your
drugs.
tent.
Yeah.
I cannot build gadgets with drugs.
Uh-huh. You can if you take enough drugs.
Trucks wants a mushroom.
I can't help you, buddy. Trucks rage.
Trucks need drug. Ah.
I have something that's kind of similar. Maybe not exactly what you're looking for, but it's a mind-altering substance, I guess.
Elephant leaf.
Just take a nice deep breath.
Ah. So, what happened to Timmy?
I don't know.
God died again.
I was typing something to Evelyn.
Oh, yeah.
Because, yeah, she rolled an Arcana, and I wasn't gonna blatantly announce this.
Okay.
Noted.
Are you typing a freaking essay or something?
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
No less than 300 words.
6 different sources.
To be honest, though, Tibby is a very slow typer.
I did a paper on Wilpertingers, and it had to be 300 words. Had to talk about natural selection. I know
Natural
Wilpertingers are a thing in D&D, so...
I don't
Natural
even know
selection.
what that is.
Nature's harsh as shit.
They've got the bodies of rabbits, and then they have bird wings, and then they have antlers and pointy teeth.
I've literally never heard of this. That sounds wonderful.
It's in D&D. You can Google it.
I mean, if platypuses are real, then I mean, fuck it, maybe those are real. I don't know.
They're folklore from Bavaria, Germany.
Okay.
All right. So, before we get into what Artax and Cascade are talking about, if they're on the map, are they? They are. Before we get into what they're talking about, as you three are walking up to the thing, Skoom, give me a perception check. Yes. Okay. So about halfway up to the crowd of people, you notice that there's a few new recruits. They're not really like how you saw the main portion when you were escaping. These ones are like more like, some of them seem a little shrunk down due to how heavy the armor that they're wearing is. Some of them don't really know, some of them don't really even seem like they know which end of the sword is pointy. But amongst them, though, you do see one who isn't in their armor. You do recognize this person as someone you knew 5 years ago.
Oh no. I back up and hide behind trucks. I'm like heavily breathing and trying to figure out what to do.
It was the best way to fit you in here. It was just a bunch of recruits. I'm sorry, JJ, if that wasn't how you wanted to come in. However, as you do look around, though, you do notice that there is a serious lack of that snake that escaped with you.
Aw. I see as I eat a piece of snake meat.
So does Trox.
Yeah, but Trox, your little Dragonborn friend is acting really strange for some reason. You're not exactly sure why.
I ignore it, and I look to see who looks tastiest.
Alright then, roll me a perception. While you're doing that, Eveline, yeah, that's what you do get off of just a simple glance of the symbol on your chest. But that's about all you can really think about it. However, you do hear the familiar stomping of that Minotaur, Trox. You do hear the familiar stomping of Trox outside.
Okay, then I will go and meet him, because at the time I'm slightly scared. So, where am I? There we go. Running. Holding my rose while I'm running,
Yes. But as you go pull the flap of the tent back, the first thing you notice is it's oddly warmer when you touch the end. And as you pull the tent flap back, you can you look out, and instead of seeing your friends and a bunch of other tents, as well as some soldiers walking back and forth, you do see instead a hellish landscape that you're not exactly sure about, and as you kind of blink for a moment, it disappears. And you're met with the faces of your friends and the tents.
And a Dragonborn, totally hidden behind this Minotaur and looking really nervous.
Yes,
and the Minotaur hungrily looking at these people that are half his size.
Yes.
Yeah. Simple everyday things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
will I have recognized what just happened? Will I have realized that I was looking at another plane or something? Or, momentarily?
As you kind of think back for a second, trying to picture that landscape in your head, every time you kind of try to draw on it, instead you're just met with a very hellish face. The eyes covered, teeth jagged and purple-ish liquid dripping from them. You're not exactly sure what is happening, but you do realize that was kind of a hallucination that was just happening.
Nice. I'm going crazy on the second session. Okay. I will try to keep my composure somehow. And Evian cannot really deal with this right now because she really doesn't know what just happened. So she will try to keep her composure and try to carry on as if nothing has happened. She's gonna try to see, going to try to do some research afterwards about the press and stuff. But yeah, for now she's going to try to keep her composure and just carry on as if nothing happened. I'm just not so. You can see that I'm working towards my friend, but I'm not as happy and carefree as I was like 5 minutes ago.
Anyways, yes. So, as this happens, Caradon, I would like you to give me a perception check.
Oh.
You see what's
My
true.
God.
Caradon, as you are enthralled by this kind of like a morale-boosting speech that Artax is giving, you hear footsteps, really heavy footsteps, as well as when you turn around, you see just barely in the nick of time as a Dragonborn darts behind this big, menacing Minotaur, and you're not exactly sure if that is here on purpose or if it just wandered up and you may have to attack it. However,
The Minotaur looks at you and licks its lips.
However, as everyone is, as you do see a couple of the more veteran people standing there, turn around, look at the Minotaur, and then look back to Artax. Well, some of the recruits are kind of petrified themselves. You can kind of get the gist that he's meant to be here, and you're not sure why.
I want to start slowly backing up and trying really hard to stay out of line of sight of Caradon.
But I noticed.
No, Caradon, you
that's
do.
exactly-
But Caradon, you do realize, you do recognize that Dragonborn. You do recognize the Dragonborn that did dart around the big Minotaur and is now seriously backing up farther and farther away.
And I dart behind this tent.
Yeah, I probably noticed that.
And that's what
And
happened.
then my scales start to magically change to the color blue instead of red that they previously were. Like a chameleon, a beautiful blue-green chameleon.
Okay,
I'm probably
then.
gonna go check. I was like, "Hey, you are right. Why are you blue?"
Don't ask questions!
I'm an engineer. That's kind of my thing.
My voice also broke, and I did not sound like a male at that current moment. Because I'm freaking.
I'm gonna roll an insight to see if I know what's going on here.
As you do this, Cahoon, roll me a perception check, please.
Jesus.
Oh no!
And,
Oh no!
Trox, please give
Oh
me
my
a stealth
God.
check. Trox, you need to give me a stealth check.
Oh, okay.
Oh no!
Oh wait, no, that's survival.
survival.
Hold on. Okay.
It's good enough.
Trox,
Oh man!
for once in your life, you're actually really sneaky as you're sneaking up behind this Dragonborn. Skahoom, you don't notice. You're too concerned with Garoom, who's just come around mid-shifting. You don't feel or hear anything.
There's this, wet feeling on the top of your head as Trox's mouth just, starts covering your head.
But no.
I can't
She's
feel
not
the
food.
wetness, but I can feel that something is now nomming on my head,
It's like,
and I whip around.
Garoom,
I got
as you
no.
Garoom, as you do check this, there's a brief moment where you're not exactly sure, but yeah, Skahoom, you can go ahead and tell him because he did roll. Well, actually, give me a deception.
Oh, thank God. Oh no.
So
Everything's
you can go
going
ahead-
terribly.
So you can go ahead and tell him what he's seeing.
Man, I'll type it.
Yeah.
As I'm trying to get Trox to not eat you.
But anyways, Eveline, as you're standing there and you watch your companions kind of run off to the side, you do hear Artax quite firmly from where you're standing. He sounds like he's a couple feet away, but surprisingly he's not. He's kind of dismissed!
Okay.
And he points to the back to Caradon. Except you. I need to talk to you for a minute.
Well, he was talking to me.
No, he was pointing to Caradon.
But I can go then, right? Or I could just stay. No. Wait, do I know where my friends are going? Do I know where they are all going or not?
Yeah, you probably saw.
Yeah, you can clearly see them darting behind a tent for some reason. You're not exactly sure why.
Okay, then I will stay. I will stay to see what's going on. If I can, maybe, eavesdrop or something. I'm just going to, one moment.
That would be Artax.
I'm sorry.
Right here.
So yeah, I'm staying to
I'm
see
sorry.
what's going on.
I didn't mean to pull everyone's attention over here. Yeah, Evelyn, as you're sitting there, you can just kind of barely get the gist of the conversation that's going on. From what you can hear from where you're standing, you do get the feeling that you're about to get a new companion.
Oh, I'm even more interested now.
Caradon,
don't-
as he...
Do I hear us? I mean, okay. I'm guessing that he's not. Does he look like that was intended for me to hear, or I should just?
They're not trying to hide the conversation. Well, Artax isn't trying to hide the conversation, anyways.
Okay. What about the other guy whose name I can't recall?
Caradon, his name is Caradon. You can get, he says, Artax said the name a couple times at this point, but anyways, Caradon, he pulled you aside and he says, alright, look, I know you're new, and I know you haven't exactly gotten the gist of a lot of the training that we've been doing, but I have a specific mission for you. I'm going to attach you to a group that I'm hereby calling,
The Expendables. Sorry, what you said?
I'll have to come up with a name later, but anyways, I'm attaching you to them to keep them, to more along the lines, make sure that the mission is upheld. I know that you came to a,
You hear in the muffled distance, damn it, trucks!
Yeah. Yeah, you have talked to him a couple times, as well as Cascade and the two major captains of the armies, the ones that are here and here, as I do, and you can get the gist that you're kind of similar in a way, but anyways,
that we are we are similar to the.
This is between Caradon and Artax, because Caradon,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
JJ's mic is muted and he won't unmute it, so he's kind of just typing here. I'm just going through there. Yes. Yeah. He nods his head. And I understand. Trust me. As long as you are here to help us, then we will help you the best we can. Like I said, I'm attaching to them. I'm going to have to talk to them in a minute. He kind of leans over and he looks at you, Evelyn. Excuse me, miss?
Oh, yes. Would you be talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
I do a little bit of a small bow. How can I help you?
Where's the rest of your friends?
Well, I would think that they were going that way, pointing towards that place, but I didn't exactly ask them why. they might be hunting for some food, or might have seen an interesting bug. But I would really not know.
You guys see it?
As he does this, as you were saying this, he kind of like, you notice now that there's like a small box by his foot. You see him reach down, flick it open, and he reaches in and he pulls out. Caradon, Evelyn, you two notice that this is a very rotten-ish piece of meat. Mostly along the lines to get the smell around. Trox, I need you to give me a wisdom save, please.
Wait, what?
I need you to give me a wisdom save.
We're totally caught up in this over here.
If you two, you can smell this very alluring aroma of just this succulent piece of meat. However, if you choose to, you can not fall for it and leave it alone.
Yeah,
never mind.
Shit.
As you come rushing out from behind. As you come rushing out of the gap in the tents over to Artax, as you get within about 10 feet, he throws the piece of meat at you, and you give me an athletics.
Why is this thing happening? I'm confused. What the fuck?
Just give me an athletics. As you see the meat be thrown at you, you manage to position your head just right, and it.
Without even,
Biden.
like, chewing, it just goes straight down.
Nope. Just straight on down. Well, that's one. Greetings. He does kind of usher you, Evelyn, closer. Come on, I have to talk to all of you.
By the way, if anyone's looking...
I'm walking while looking confused as hell. Like, what's this? Why does this happen right here?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, if anyone's looking, they probably noticed my boot fell off, so Garrett would know. Just see my foot just made entirely of goo. Or booze, I should say.
Is there any armor around here? Like, there must be armor stands or something, right? There's gotta be something, right?
I'm gonna say with how you did change colors, unless you blatantly tell him, he's not gonna get the gist of it. He does recognize the dragonborn look, but he doesn't. But because you did change colors, I will say that is enough to lose his recognition. But
Still not gonna stay too close, so you can't get a good look at me. Just like peering out from the side of the tent, watching Trox and everyone.
As you see this, Cascade does step a little closer to Artax, and you can see that she's kind of just staring directly at you. And then you see her raise up one hand with that one signature "come closer" finger.
Begrudgingly, like, drag my feet closer.
You see her kind of drop her head to the side and her eyes kind of widen as she just kind of points to the ground next to her.
Just continue dragging my feet all the way around.
This is very blatantly, from the rest of you looking in on this, it's kind of like how you would expect like a mother to like scold a child, except it's more along the lines of silently. And as you do step closer, she just kind of looks over at you and nods her head and puts her hands behind her back.
Yes.
Artax looks over and nods to Cascade. Thank you. Anyways. Right. So. Welcome. He points to Caradon. This is one of our recruits. He's going to be with you for the time being until we can either put him into a different group or he turns up missing. He kind of looks at you, Trox, and I hope that he doesn't. But anyways, he does pull out a piece of paper and he kind of this and he unravels it. Some things have come up. as well as we are running low on specific things. So I have sent my men to the nearest town to get those. However, this is what I need from you. As he looks amongst all of you, he kind of he looks over at Trox. You see his head kind of shake as he goes between Garoom, Eveline, Skahum, and Caradon. He looks over at everyone, and then he looks over at Garoom as he holds up the piece of paper, and this is what I need you to do, as he's just directly talking to you, but you get as he's looking at you, Garoon, but you get the feeling that he's talking to everyone. These are locations that I need you to go to. One is a blacksmith that arguably we do need, and the other one is to an old friend. I need you to find them, and I need you to convince them to come back here. And as he's holding the paper out to you, Garoon, he also does pull out with his other hand a small badge. It is Unity's crest, the same thing that's on his chest, as I need to show that to everyone here. Give me 1 second. As he does, yes, as he does, he holds out the crest to you. This is in case things don't go as planned. This should help you convince them if you need it. However, don't use it immediately.
Alright, I get it. Lady card's close to your chest.
So, I am, sorry, Caradon, may I ask you something?
Yes.
You mentioned that you want us to go find those people and convince them to come here. Is that correct?
Yes, I would like you to bring them to us, as we do need the blacksmiths here for our own personal needs. He kind of gestures over to the old man that you met last night, Garoom. Jason is a very good person. He does his best, but even him and even he alone can't outfit the entirety of the place. However, the people that I'm sending you to, again, I have connections with them, and they're significantly better at what they do. The other person is, again, an old friend of mine. Regrettably, we will need his help in finding a couple of things that we do need.
Okay, so it was sorry, that's out of character. Because I thought that he said to convince them to come back. They were not people that were already here who need to convince them to come back. They just different people that they need.
He's trying to get people to join, to help.
Yes,
Yeah, that's what I understood. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's trying to get these people back to join him. So.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you do happen across any specific encampments of the Dower Hand, by the way, for those of you who are going to be a little confused, the Iron Wall have changed to the Dower Hand because I was tired of getting them mixed up. So that is why they are now called the Dower Hand instead of the Iron Wall.
So
and
that's the
as
people that had us locked up.
Yes, the Dower Hand are the people who had you locked up, if you are keeping notes.
Okay.
Yeah, I am.
I am not.
I should probably have to.
I have 3 intelligence. No notes are needed.
I didn't do it last game, and I regretted it, so here we are. But I'm like looking at Cascade and Artex, and like, can I go now? We debriefed.
As you do this, Artax kind of holds up one finger. Before you leave, like I said, he is going to be with you. And he points to Caradon. So, keep an eye on everyone's backs. I want everyone coming back from these missions. They should not, and he kind of looks at all of you. They should not result in deaths.
Why? Okay, this is slightly confusing.
Feel like you
He
said
is more looking along. He is more looking as he kind of does scan over. When he says that last line, his eyes kind of are directly looking at Trox.
Shox's eyes are like off in the middle distance. A single fly is like buzzing around, landing on one of them. He doesn't seem to take notice.
He looks over at Skahoom. Can you promise me that, please?
I will promise to the best of my abilities when controlling a Minotaur.
You kind of see him, despite the fact that at this point he is still not taken off his helmet. He kind of reaches up and he rubs the top of it. Oh, this is a mistake. I already know it. But I don't have... But we're so expended. Okay. Just have to trust it. Alright. He does, Garoon, hand you that piece of paper again. It is a map.
Alright, I will put down a map in my inventory.
That map is automatically updated to the whole player map with 2 locations, which I will bring you to, and you can choose from there which one you're going to.
Can I look at the map that Garoon has? Or I go up to Garoon. Garoon, can I take a look at that map?
Sure. I'll show her the map.